What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be taking a look at some balance changes which I think Brawl Stars definitely need to make happen within the next update. There's quite a few buffs and nerfs. We'll go into them shortly. So before we jump into today's video, make sure you're using the correct code in the shop. That'd be greatly appreciated. And without further ado, let's jump straight into it. Alright guys, so jumping into the first buff which I think desperately needs to happen, it is with Lose. So I think I've spoke about this multiple times within every single update, and a buff to Lou just never seems to happen. So what I'm thinking is that there's going to be like a rework in the making, because, you know, they've not literally touched his stats whatsoever. So I feel like we're going to change something about him. In my opinion, it's going to be something to do with his base attack. Like, he really doesn't win any lane matchup, and it's just so hard to consistently hit his shots. So something will definitely change with his main attack. Something probably like to 4 bullets per attack, or even 5 or 6. You know what I mean? Something has to change. Just 3 alone, it just shoots marshmallows. Nothing much more to Lou. Then also, I feel like with what they've changed with Mr. P and Brock, it's given him new life in the meta, because, you know, there's a lot of different brawlers with better mechanics. So I feel like one of his star powers has to be brought into his base kit, just like how they did it with Brock, how they did it with Mr. P and Daryl. I feel like they'll do the exact same with Lou, just because of how bad he consistently is. It's really helped Daryl, Brock and Mr. P in the meta, and it's not really made him too OP. So I think the same will happen with Lou. Obviously the hyperthermia one, I don't think that one should be in his base kit. It should definitely be the super cool one, which will be obviously a really nice change, because super cool is by far the better star power. And when it's like a huge disbalance with star powers, I feel like one of them should just be in the base kit, so we can create a better alternative for a star power. So I think there will be quite a few changes with Lou in the next set of balance changes. I've just got that feeling, because it's been so long. He's been crying out for some sort of love within the past few updates. So I'm hoping we can get this Fang really weak there. But yeah, even with the removal of Siege, it's just hurt him even more. And then in Hot Zone, he's not really that great either. And he's only really good, for example, maybe if in Hot Zone Ring of Fire, if it's like 3 tanks that you're facing off against. That's probably the only way I would be using Lou in any sort of competitive settings. So that's going to be the first buff on the list. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the next brawler, which I believe deserves the buff with the next set of balance changes, it has to be Nita. So Nita is basically nowhere to be seen in the meta, literally nowhere, except for when I play on my free-to-play account. And, you know, there's those Nitas, people that always pick Nita on Heist, even though she's not even that great on Heist anymore. Like, Nita's just not really good at all. She's just been overwhelmed by so many different lane options. You think of Brawl and Gem Grab, they're like by far her best modes, and then sometimes Heist if you can get some value out of Hyper Bear. But anyways, like Brawl and Gem Grab, you think of like other lane brawlers. You've got Spike, you've got Ems, you've got Sandy, you've got Tara, you've got 4 brawlers right there, which I'll just rather 100% go than a Nita, especially going into tanks as well. And that's what Nita's going to thrive at. So I feel like there's a few fundamental problems with Nita. The main reason for me why she's so bad is because of her bear, right? Her bear takes so long to get, and then even when you get the bear out, all it's doing is wasting ammo. It's never going to get a hit. So I feel like they should probably implement some sort of balance change to do with her bear, because that's the one thing that used to make her good in the past, especially with the gadget that was able to stun people. That bear used to just wreck people, but now it never really gets close and never really gets any hits off. So yeah, that's going to be Nita. I think she definitely deserves a big buff in the next set of balance changes. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the final buff, which I think needs to happen with the next set of balance changes, is going to be Colt. So you guys might not agree with this one, because Colt seems like he's in an okay place. He has his meta in a few maps and mobile, really specifically like Safe Zone, for example. I just think he's way too map specific. I would like a small balance change. I don't really want too much with Colt. I thought I'd make this one because maybe it's a bit of a biasy, because I really like Colt. Not the best Colt at all, but I just think he's a nice brawler to have in the meta. I think they should definitely buff something about him. I think just even changing the reload speed by like 0.1 of a second, they seem to mess with that a little bit ago when he used to be meta. I just think he deserves to be at least usable on some maps, right? Like, his wall break gadget isn't toxic anymore. It's nice and balanced. You can break open a map and make some fun combos. Now, there's not enough wall break options in the meta right now other than Ruffs, and Ruffs is just running a little bit too rampant. So maybe if there's another good wall break alternative like Colt, who it takes a lot of skill to play without his broken gadget, I feel like that could be a nice alternative change. So that is going to be all 3 buffs which I want. Let's hop into the nerfs now. Alright guys, so jumping into the first brawler which I want to get a huge nerf with the next set of balance changes, it has to be Fang. If Fang doesn't get a nerf in the next update. I mean, they may as well just delete the game because of how strong he is right now. He's so strong. His first star power is incredibly broken, especially against brawlers that have those gadgets or supers. You can just get your super straight away back, and it don't require really any skill. It's just you just spamming auto aim on your super. You're just bouncing between people. It's just not fun to play against, guys. It's really not that balanced at all. And I feel like they should definitely make it so it's a little bit harder to get your super, but you should definitely not get your super straight away back from just destroying like a Pamto, for example. Like, that is just insane how you can even do that. I don't even know why that's a feature, to be honest. Somehow I've scored. I have no idea how that's just gone in. But anyways, as I was saying, that's definitely the most broken thing about him right now. And also this gadget, maybe even reducing the stun by 0.5 of a second. I just think the stun feature alone is strong enough. So maybe just nerfing that a tiny bit might make it so the other gadget is used a little bit more. And there's like multiple things you can do to Fang. I just think he's broken across the board. Probably like nerfing his hits to get his super. Maybe by just like one hit could be a nice change as well. But I don't want to obviously kill him off because I feel like he can get countered pretty easily if he's not in the meta. So you've got to be really careful with brawler right Fang. But I just feel like the brawlers that were released straight away, they just seem to not really like get nerfed quickly. I know we have to look at like data and whatnot until a lot of people unlock him, but I feel like they're quite slow to nerf brawlers whenever they're first unlocked. But when it comes to brawlers when they're pretty bad with the brawl pass, they seem to kind of like buff it straight away. But anyways, Fang definitely on the nerf list. I feel like he's gonna get nerfed in some days. So we're gonna look to try and go onto this Mortis, and I just feel like as well it's kind of just had like a negative effect on brawlers like Buzz and Mortis. Like a lot of people wondering why they're so low on the list is because the meta kind of revolves around countering Fang, and Fang's just like a better alternative to Buzz and Mortis. He's literally like Mortis and Buzz put into one and just turned like insane. So that's going to be Fang. He's going to be the first brawler I want to nerf. Let's hop into the next one. Alright guys, so jumping into the next brawler which I want to desperately see a nerf with, it has to be Byron. So Byron, I spoke about a few times already in my best brawlers video, but with nerfs to Byron, for me, I've seen a lot of people say this now, but the number one nerf I feel like has to be with his super. It just has to be. Everyone calling out for it now. I've been saying it for some time now, but I just feel like his super, you just charge it so quick. I just don't get how you can have so much value with a super which you can get in 3 hits. And once you cycle it once, you're going to be cycling it over and over again. And there's not much really stopping a Byron that's able to throw his super over a wall and delete so many brawlers that are below like 2.1k HP, however much it does in his damage. Yeah, just too much. Even like nerfing its damage on the super might be a nice change as well, because I don't think the problem is with the actual like damage he does to enemies or healing he does to his teammates. I just feel like there's a few things that need to get nerfed with his super, so that might be a nice change. I don't obviously want Byron to be like completely out of meta. He's a really fun brawler. He's I feel like they kind of want him to be meta just because of how kind of like how he synergizes with loads of different brawlers. He's not really like the most complete toxic brawler, and he's pretty fun to play, so I don't think they are too quick to nerf him. But I feel like it's been too long since he's received a nerf, and he's definitely been due one for a while now. So yeah, Byron, he has to be on that nerf list. So unfortunately that Mortis isn't able to score, but you just seen how many like supers I'm able to cycle. Like, I'm not even concentrating at all, and I'm just throwing super like 15 supers this game already. And like brawlers like Mortis just don't really stand a chance when I'm able to get my super off. Okay, nice, we're able to stay alive there. Unfortunately, that pet just has too much HP, and we're looking like we're going to be facing a loss here. But as well, with his addition of his new gadget as well, he just gets out super so fast. You know, if like an aggro brawler goes into your face, that gadget, if that hits literally once, you're able to cycle a whole super, which is kind of insane to think about. Let's see if we can pop off towards the end here. We've got Mortis going in on goal. Should be able to get this Mortis down with how weak he is. Okay, just a Fang left. Okay, Tara super. I don't think we're going to be scoring this one. Okay, she's completely missed that pull, but we've just not got our super ready to score here unless this Mortis can make a wild play, which I don't think he can. But anyways, Byron is definitely a brawler that needs to be nerfed. Let's hop into the final. Alright guys, jumping into the final brawler, which should receive a nerf with the next set of balance changes. I feel like it has to be Pam. So Pam, I do like Pam in the meta. She is a really fun brawler to play, and she's not too toxic, but I feel like right now Pam is in a state where she just relies so much on her gadget. And again, I just absolutely hate it when brawlers rely so much out of their gadget. You know, it should never be the case with a brawler. It should always just be like an additional way to maybe get an advantage on someone, but not just defining a brawler, right? With Pam, I feel like her gadget near enough defines the brawler because of how strong it is going into those aggro brawlers, just completely removing the ammo, and she's just pretty much going into everything. A good Pam can literally counter so many different brawlers on the map. So you just see here, I'm just running into literally everyone, and I don't really care about what's going to be happening because I can just pop my gadget at any time and no aggro brawlers can deal with me. So kind of waiting for the Edgar or the Mortis to jump on me here. That's a nice kill from our Dynamite. He's kind of popping off here. Mortis should be able to get a free goal here. Okay, not really needed. But maybe if I could even nerf some other things about Pam. If I don't want to nerf the gadget, maybe they could just nerf the HP on the turret. I feel like that I might have a little bit too much health, because a lot of time people just throw that turret at people and just get them to waste that ammo, right? So it's pretty toxic to have a lot of HP on that turret. Dynamite somehow doesn't even kill us there. 75 HP. You absolutely love to see it. So yeah, Pam just way too versatile. We've got another gadget here. We can pop that onto the Edgar. He's not going to have any ammo to really face us. Okay, nearly got us down there, surprisingly. It's pretty weak. Mortis should be able to get some good chains onto the enemies, and we're going to look to finish it. Oh, okay, no, that was completely failed. This is why I don't do trick shots in Brawl, guys. That's why it's going to go horribly wrong now. I bet it always ends up in disaster whenever I try a trick shot. So Edgar with a super, I don't really know what he's doing, but let me know down in the comment section below what brawlers you would buff and nerf. Again, there's still like a couple of brawlers that just constantly in the bottom of the list. You know, brawlers like Penny, like are always in the bottom of the list, and you know, I could literally make this video on Penny like every single month for like 2 years because she just hasn't been buffed whatsoever. So maybe we'll see a buff to Penny in the next update as well. So that's also one I want to see. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.